गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते So here we were looking at how the different knowledge, when the Rishi Sumedhas, he assessed the two and worked out that the knowledge that they had was at the sensory level, but it was not the ultimate knowledge, and we saw that it is this sensory knowledge which leads to delusion and keeps the sansar going on. But when we look at it from the true knowledge point of view, from the absolute point of view, or from the Ishvara's point of view, that it is into this ignorance that man falls and gets entangled by, because ignorance itself expresses as what? Kama and karma. So kama is desires and karma is actions. So when you fall into the ignorance, then automatically the desires and activity begins. And he desires, and then he does action to fulfill his desires. Then he creates the impression. Those impressions create more desires. And then this cycle goes on and on and on and on. And in this way, and this wheel of samsara, it goes on, it keeps in motion. And it keeps in motion. Why? Because of the Maya, because of the Mahamaya. And here she is the mother, she is the supreme mother, Jagadamba. And why you are thinking so much about it? Even Lord Vishnu, even the Sri Hari, he also takes her help to enter into Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is what? The sleep of the Lord. That is the Yoga Nidra, the yogic sleep. It is divine power, Sri Bhagavati, who deludes the minds of even the wisest of men and drags them down into the whirlpool of samsara. Like we have seen that in the case of Vishwamitra, we have seen that in the case of King Bharata, who got infatuated with the baby deer and then lost the plot of his whole life. Only he had to take next life in order to realize. No, two more lives to realize. First as a deer, because he died thinking of the deer, and then he corrected because he could remember from past life, so he corrected himself, and then he was born as Jada Bharat. And in this way, who is this Mahamaya? What are her qualities? And these are the 7 qualities of that, just like Bhaga. Bhagavan has 7 qualities. Here Devi also has. And what are they? They are Aishwarya. So Aishwarya was what? Prosperity. Then there is Virya, that is great tejas, great effulgence, great brahmacharya. And then is the Yasha. She's known all over. Name and fame is there. And then Shri, she is the best. She is of the nature of infinite wealth. Then the 6th one is Jnanam. She is of the nature of knowledge. And lastly, she is of the nature of Vairagyam, which is of the nature of dispassion. Now you see contradictory qualities. Aishwarya, Virya, Yasha, Shri, Jnanam and Vairagyam. Vairagyam towards all the above, yet having all of them. This is the secret. The secret is don't want anything, become single pointed, and more than you require will be provided. And you can invoke it also. Because the name of the game is single pointed mind. A single pointed mind can achieve anything in this universe. I'm talking at relative level. All the wealth, Aishwarya, name and fame, wealth, Jnanam, it's all at the worldly level, isn't it? So, if we can make our mind single pointed towards her or towards the Lord, here towards her, nothing is impossible for a seeker. And in this way, so what is this delusion? What is this Mahamaya that everyone finds themselves? We say Maya, 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 but we have never seen the Maya. We say Maya, 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 but we have never come out of the Maya. We name our child a Maya. Maya beta kaisa ho? They feel as if it is a great thing they are called a Maya. But meaning kya hai? The meaning of the clutches of Maya. What are their symptoms? See? So just like one Devi is expressing as three, we know Kali is different from Lakshmi, is different from Saraswati. The actions of a mother through this body is different than the actions of a wife from this body and the actions of a daughter from this body. Totally different actions. Limbs are the same, minds are the same, thought by nature are the same, subject, object, instrumental knowledge, but the intention and the disposition is totally different for all the three roles, isn't it? You will never think as you think as a wife, you will never think as a daughter. So exactly the same way. What are the symptoms? What is that uniqueness? Or how do we recognize we are under the clutches of Maya? कभी सोचा है? First expression of Maya. I am born in this creation. This is the first expression. कि मैं पैदा हुआ हूँ. And what is the truth? You are eternal. You are unborn. You are of the nature of pure consciousness. Second, that I am born, and now that I am born, I am enjoying my life. I want the toys, I want the chocolate, and enjoying. And once we start enjoying, then if I don't get what I enjoy, then what happens? No, third part of angry is all that, okay. But what does a child do? Becomes miserable. He suffers. You see, yesterday only, when I went to I was picking up the milk and everything from the shop here, and one child screaming away at the top of her, Mummy is not looking this way, that way, my child is doing, what will people say? But this fellow is busy. She's not, but she doesn't want to give him chocolate or something what he wants, but he's screaming away. And purposely increasing the pitch. So when you don't get what you want, which you feel that you are will give you enjoyment, happiness, joy, you suffer. So third symptom of Maya is, first I am born, then I want to enjoy, and if I don't get what I enjoy, I suffer or become miserable. And this is called Maya. So are we living under these three conditionings? Yes? Yeah, so yes बोलो, पर साथ में आगे रास्ता खुला रखो, that you come out of it. Don't concretize it. In that art you have to develop now. You listen to so many satsangs, you should not fix yourself in the individuality. Always keep the road open. In that same sentence, if we have said, yeah, I am a man, immediately, but ekdam immediately complete the sentence by opening it up. I am a son, but आगे change कर दिया. But for that you have to be alert. Sometimes out of what people ask, a particular response comes. But वहाँ पे अटको, don't get stuck there. Just like what she did just now. So in this manner, Sri Bhagavati, who deludes the minds even of the wisest of men and drags them down into the whirlpool of samsara, and the creation, maintenance and annihilation is all of the entire universe is carried out by this Mahamaya alone. Nobody else is there to do it. She alone is expressing as the creation, maintenance and destruction, because the whole creation is in her womb. When she is pleased with the devotion of true seekers, she endows them with liberation. And what is this liberation? It is freedom from the cycle of birth and death. What will be the prerequisite for that? Body disidentification, mind disidentification. Then it should lead to witnessing. Correct? See, these are foregone conclusions. ये होना ही पड़ेगा. You can't take a shortcut. You have to go internalize the senses, internalize the mind, come to the I, remain unattached to the senses and the mind, become the witness, and after a period of time, the witness will go back to its source. That's it. 5 steps, 5 fingers. Answer are in your body. Birth and death. And why is birth and death caused? Why do birth and death come about? It is because of delusion, because of ignorance. What is that ignorance? We have forgotten, we are the infinite, we have accepted, we are the finite. Once you have got deluded by this finitude that I am only this body, this is delusion. Sorry, I should say 2 ways. Delusion is, I have forgotten that I am the infinite truth. Illusion is, I am only this body. And once you accept yourself as this body, then the cycle of birth, rebirth keeps going on. The only way to come out of it is think of someone who is independent of birth and rebirth, in spite of supporting it. And that person is not outside, it is within you. It is you only. But if you are not able to suss it out, then invoke her, she will help you. Invoke the Lord, he will help you. The king asked, she herself is the cause of the worldly bondage, she is the supreme knowledge and she is eternal. She is herself the cause of bondage and she is herself bestows liberation, and by nature she is eternal and she is of the nature of jnana, which is jnanam, supreme knowledge. Then why is she expressing as bondage also, and why she is expressing as knowledge, supreme knowledge also? Well, that is her nature. That is her nature. See? Why can't river be calm? No, it is its nature. It has to be flowing. If it stops, then it is called a lake, or it is called a pond, or it is called a dam, or whatever. What is the nature? So in this way, that is her nature. There is no, don't ask why. Because why is the sun hot? There is no why. Why my eyes are seeing? There is no why. You have to just accept it. Your eyes see. Why my ears can't see? They can't see. You have to just accept it. There is no logic behind it. It is your experience. You are asking why only because you don't have experience of the mother. That's why. You have not come to that point. Once you come to that point, then everything will be clear and crystal clear. The king asked the Rishi Sumedhas, "Oh sir, what is the goddess? Who is that goddess whom you have now extolled as the Mahamaya? How is she born? What is her nature and form? I wish to hear in detail about all these, O knower of Brahman." So, who can come to know the goddess? Only one who is beyond who is established in the self. So he is invoking that from his teacher. That just like Nachiketa said, that I know, oh Lord of Death, that you know the truth. He said, no, I don't know. He didn't say, I don't know. He said, it is even difficult for the devatas to come to know the truth. But Nachiketa said, no, I know, you know. Here, the king also is telling Rishi Medas, O great Brahman, O great knower of the truth, how is this? You have now introduced her to this Mahamaya, and I want to know who is she, when she was born, what are her qualities, what is her nature and form, and so on. In answer, the Rishi said, that goddess is eternal without beginning. Nityaiva sa jaganmurtihi taya sarvamidam tatam. This is verse number 64. Tathapi tat samutpattihi bahudha shruyatam mama devanam karya siddhyartham aver bhavati ya sat yada. And this way the verses go on. I am not going to read all of them. So he says the goddess is eternal, Nitya, she is without beginning. And what is without beginning? That is never born. That is without beginning. And the entire world comes out from her, and she pervades everything from the subtlest to the grossest. So there is nothing in this creation that is outside of the Mahamaya. Understand? She is pervading everything. And she is the material out of which the whole world is created. And what is that material? Tell me if you remember. What is the material by which the whole world is created? Huh? एक करके. Consciousness. You? Panchabhuta. You? That is 5 elements. Anyone else? Brahman, okay. Brahman doesn't do anything. He is just as he is. As Mahamaya. How does she create the whole creation? Within herself. Trigunatmika. That is why we did that chapter yesterday. Trigunatmika. Through the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. These are the 3 gunas. Why these 3 gunas are in her? That is her nature. That is her nature. Just like it is the nature of the sun to have heat and light, similarly the nature of the water is viscosity and taste. Similarly, the nature of space is, the quality of the space is sound. Similarly, the nature of Mahamaya is this, Trigunatmika. Sometimes the Trigunas are manifest, sometimes they are unmanifest, and this is her nature. You can't do anything about it. Except, because what we are trying to do here is not, we are trying to recalibrate our mind to understand that the whole creation is nothing but divine. Then we don't have to run away from anything. Correct? First we have to understand the good and the bad in the creation. Everything is Mahamaya. Once we accept that she is expressing as both, then we invoke that aspect of hers which is able to put the negative at the bay so that I can move towards the positive and eventually sattva and eventually beyond. Correct? This is where is all this? This is all in your mind. So the material is your mind, the problem is in your mind, the solution also is in your mind. You understand? But you have to invoke the right triggers in order to find the solution. Thinking the same thing for what you have thought for the past life is not going to keep giving you the same results. If we want a different result, then we have to think differently, and that is why we have come to Durga Saptashati. And that is the problem of King Suradha and the problem of Samadhi, the trader. And here Rishi Sumedas is saying that goddess is eternal, without beginning. The entire world issues from her, and she pervades everything from the subtlest to the grossest. Even though she is unborn, when she manifests in the world in response to the prayers of gods and good-natured people for arresting the decay of the world order and restore righteousness, she is said to be born by the people. So what is the people saying as birth? Manifestation, they are calling it as birth. As true it is for goddess to be manifested, same way you have also manifested into this creation. But we have called it birth. Similarly, we call goddess was born, but she manifested. All the avatars of the gods, they manifested. But we call them, this is the tithi that they were born. Midday at 12 noon, Bhaya Prakata Kripala, Dina Dayala, Kausalya Sudaha. So we take that particular moment and we have attributed it to Ramchandraji. But he manifested. All the Pandavas manifested. You also manifested. Did you bring your own life into this body? Did you create your own mind? You didn't. So it's a manifestation. So start thinking differently about yourself. It's challenging because we have got so used to thinking about you, me, this world, I'm in this world, I don't want to die, I want to start a old age care center so that we all die together in old age, taking care of each other. Our thoughts go that way, isn't it? It requires humongous effort to get out of that thinking and think from the totality or the totality point of view. And totality is what? It is the material cause of the world and it is the efficient cause of the world. She is the world. She created the world within her. She's holding the world within herself, allowing all the changes to happen. And she's controlling the whole world also by being who she is. Can we control that? All the thoughts are in my mind, but I don't have a control over my thoughts. Problem yahi se shuru hota hai. So bring control over your thoughts. For that, what I have to do? First, I have to control my senses. That's why this chapter. Control the senses. And in this way, and restore righteousness. She is said to be born by the people. I shall narrate to you in many ways such manifestations of the mother. The first manifestation is the Madhu and Kaitava. This is the first chapter, and here is the Rishi said, long ago, at the end of the Kalpa, one day, which is one day of Brahmaji, the Lord Vishnu withdrew his power of Maya unto himself and went into Yoga Nidra, yogic sleep. At that time, all the creation, that is the entire universe, got dissolved in the causal waters. Where did they get dissolved? Back into their source. What is that source? The Mahamaya. Everything became quiet. So what will be that? It will be like Samadhi. Nothing, no thought eruptions. Mind is absolutely calm. At that time, all the creation got dissolved into the causal waters, and all that remained was the Lord and his bed on which he reclined, and he was sleeping on the Adi Shesha. The 3 times it coils up and he is sleeping and lying, sleeping in Yoga Nidra. Not sleeping, but Yoga Nidra. On the Adi Shesha, the bed lay floating, and Brahma, the creative power of the Lord, who had also gone to sleep on the divine lotus, sprung from the navel of the Lord. At that time, the earth, which had been broken up and powdered by the huge waves of the causal waters and was floating around, got lodged itself in the ears of the Lord. Remember the previous story? There was a deluge. In the deluge, everything, the whole earth was underwater. All the pieces were moving here and there. Not the way you see them today. Maybe that is the time when the India went from Africa to to where it is today. Yeah. So things were moving, and there was only water. There was only one piece of land where Markandeya saw the banyan tree and the Lord sitting lying on the leaf. All that. Now after that, this story is going on. That was on the earth. Huh? But similarly, in this creation also this is going on, and Vishnu Bhagwan is lying down, and the pieces of earth went and lodged them as in the ear. Usko kya bolte hai? Kaan ka mail. The dirt on the ear. If you put your key, the key of the car, you put inside and take out, you can get something. All of you do it, don't worry. Hairpin ले लो, the car key ले लो, या कुछ तो कुछ ले लेते हो, and you take it out and then you look at it and then you throw it, and then this earth which had lodged into the ears of the Lord while he was sleeping. Where are we? In the ears of the Lord. The Lord who was in his tamasic mood due to the yoga nidra. So this is the tamasic part of the first tamas. Next chapter will be, this is the prathama charitra. Tamasic mood due to the yoga nidra felt some discomfort in his ears. So in the sleep, करके फिर सो गए, क्योंकि वो अंदर गुदगुदी कर रहा होगा, कुछ अटक रहा होगा. And swept it out with his fingers. The dirt from the ears fell in the waters on account of the Lord's touch. That earth, the dirt in the ear was inert, but the moment Lord touched it, it came to life, and that expressed. On account of the Lord's touch, the inert essence of the earth became sentient and sprung into life. And out of it were born two asuras, and they were huge in size and of devilish nature. Because asuras, what is the asu means senses. Those who live at the level of senses, what do? They keep looking at everything and they keep wanting whatever they like, and they don't want whatever they don't dislike. And it can be very, very, very forceful. कभी तुम देखो कैसे लोग एक दूसरे को कोने में बैठे होंगे, देखते रहेंगे. So this Madhu and Kaitab, these were called as by the name of Madhu and Kaitab, and one was of the softer nature and one was of the harder nature. The softer nature was Madhu. Madhu means nectar, sweet, and Kaitab is the harder nature. They looked around and saw Brahmaji on the lotus. Now there was nothing. Vishnu Bhagwan is sleeping from his lotus, from his nabhi, from his navel. The lotus is coming out. Now Brahmaji is there. He is sitting, and he is also in yoga nidra, because if Mahavishnu withdraws into yoga nidra, the whole creation goes back to causal. It cannot express. So it went back. So he is also sitting with eyes closed, and when these two fellows saw Brahmaji sitting there, they started, because by nature, just again by nature, asuras by nature are destructive. By nature they are destructive, and therefore spontaneously they came towards Brahmaji to kill him and destroy whatever is there in front of them. But there was nothing except they looked around, only waters and waters and waters. Then they saw Brahmaji sitting. What is this bearded man sitting quietly for? Chalo, destroy, khatam. There should be no one except us. And they came to Brahmaji, and when they came to Brahmaji, and they started all the commotion that started around him. Brahma ji woke up. अरे ये क्या चल रहा है? बाहर देखा, ये दोनों, these two rakshasas are there, and Brahma ji is in the end, he's a manifestation of the Lord, isn't it? So, and Madhu and Kaitab are also manifestations of the Lord, because he threw the dirt outside and they became, and they are very powerful because they have been touched by the Lord. So they want to destroy. Brahmaji became afraid कि अब क्या करें. He was terrified with these huge asuras, and seeing that they were coming to kill him, and the Lord was in his tamasic sleep, the yoga nidra, and Brahmaji praised with single pointed, because at that time calling Mahavishnu was of no use because he is in sleep. So how do I wake him? Because someone should take care of these two Rakshasas, otherwise whole creation is in trouble. Whole manifestation is in trouble. All the gods are in trouble, including Brahmaji. So what to do? Immediately Brahmaji is Brahmaji. Very quickly he makes his mind single pointed, because all the four heads are thinking the same thing. And what are the four heads? We have told you before. In us, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara are the four heads of Brahma. When the mind is thinking of the Devi, the Mana, Buddhi is convinced of the Devi, Buddhi, Chitta, the memory is that of the Devi, and Ahankar, which is the I thought, the ego, it is also thinking and contemplating with bhav towards the Devi, all of them. And that's what Brahmaji did, because that was the need of the time. That's what Prashila did yesterday. Single-pointedly called Pramila. No more fear. But single-pointedly. So, she was not going to hear no from her. You are coming. Story over. So, gods, it is easy for them to become, for Brahmaji especially, easy to become single. And usually when there is fear facing you, when there is destruction in front of you, and you are afraid of your own annihilation, very quickly you become single-pointed. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Fear chale jaye. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Very quickly, you will not take the name of the Lord at other times. But you are in face of fear, the name of the Lord automatically comes on your lips. Brahmaji is similar. And I just equated Brahmaji with your mind, isn't it? This is how it is. And he became single-pointed, and with great devotion and bhav, he called out to the goddess Yogamaya. And where was Yogamaya? What was her location? Her location was on the eyes of the Mahavishnu. So she had kept the eyes closed of Mahavishnu. So the moment he invoked her, he invoked her so that she can help him to wake up the Lord, because these asuras are coming. And Brahmaji sang the stuti. And here, the verse number 73 onwards, you can see Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swadha, Tvam Hi, Vashatkara Swaratmika, Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye, Tridha Matratmika Sthita, Ardha Matra Sthita Nitya, Yanucharya Visheshataha, Tvameva Sandhya Savitri, Tvam Devi Janani Para, Tvayaitat Dharyate Vishwam, Tvayaitat Srujyate Jagat, Tvayaitat Palyate Devi Tvamatsyante cha sarvada Visrishtau Srishti Rupa Tvam Sthiti Rupa cha palane Tada Samvriti Rupante Jagatosya Jaganmaye Mahavidya Mahamaya Mahameda Mahasmritihi Mahamoha cha bhavati Mahadevi Mahasuri Prakritistvam cha sarvasya Gunatraya Vibhavini Kalaratrir Maharatrir Moharatrischa Daruna Tvam Shistvam Ishwaristvam Hristvam Buddhir Bodhalakshana Lajja Pushtis Tatha Tushtihi Tvam Shanti Kshantirevacha Khadginishu are nothing, and you are the Rajoguna which is instrumental in creation, and you only manifest as the Prajapati, and you yourself are the worlds that you have created. You are the Sattva Guna, you are the which maintains the worlds, and the Manus who rule over the worlds, and the worlds that are rolled over by the Manu. Everything is you. You are again the Tamoguna, which brings about the annihilation of the world. So you are the Sattva-guna, the maintenance, you are the Rajoguna, the creation of the worlds, and in that the Manu, Manvantaras, etc., etc. And you are also the Tamoguna, which brings about the destruction and annihilation of the worlds. O Bhagavati, O Goddess of the six glories, I already told you what the six glories were. What were the Aishwarya, Gyaan, Aishwarya, Virya, Yasha, Shri, Jnanam and Vairagyam. These are the six. So this is the sixfold, what you call, rule that are annihilated. You are the supreme knowledge, Mahavidya, the supreme delusion, the supreme intellect, the supreme remembrance, the supreme attachment, the supreme, that is the Mahamoha, and you are the goddess of six glories, the supreme. See, you are the material cause of the whole creation and the illuminator of the three gunas. So you yourself are you are everything, everything, everything. So you have become the creation, you are the maintainer of the creation, you are the gods, everything that is seen in this creation, and not only that, the whole creation is nothing but a play of the three gunas. You are the illuminator of three gunas. And where have the three gunas come out from? What is the material of the three gunas? Tamasik, Rajasic, Sattvic? Also nothing but out of the Mahamaya, the Yoga Nidra here. And in this way, within you alone, the pralay takes place. O Maharatri, this is where Maharatri is calling her by different names. First is the deluge, because the entire thing is annihilated. Then Maharatri, because at every end of the Manvantara, there is Maharatri, there is a little bit smaller. When Mahavishnu goes into no Yoga Nidra, Mahapralay. When Brahmaji goes into Yoga Nidra, little pralay. But you are that Moharatri, the great night of delusion and the Jivas, for the Jivas until they wake up to realize their own divinity. So not only the sleep, but also understand the ignorance which is expressing as avidya kama karma, expressing as ignorance which leads to desires and activity. This is all her alone. She is only pervading the Jivas. Why? Leela. There is no purpose. It is happening. Don't try to find the reason why it is happening. If you ask why, you will get into depression. Then what to do? Do something to come out of it. How do you come out of it? Acha, she has put me in, she made me born like this, in this family, with this mother, this father, this opportunity. She has brought me to the satsang. She's bringing me to listen to her glories. Oh, what a wonderful thing. Before I did not know, and now I know that everything is she. World is the same. Before you were never thinking about her. Now you are thinking about her. Before you were never listening to satsangs. Now you are listening to satsangs. Before you were never taking any name of the Lord. Now you are taking the name of the Lord. All this is happening because of her, and therefore I invoke you because you are everything. So why should I take support of anything else other than you to come out of this Moha Maya or this Maha Maya, which has delusion, which has covered me, my vision. You only can take me out of this. I cannot come out by myself. And that is our Brahmaji speaking, and in other words, as Brahmaji speaking, so also our Antakaran is also speaking. Antakaran, inner equipment, mind, memory, intellect and ego. These are the four ways the thoughts appear in our mind. These are the only four qualities. Everything falls into these four categories. There are many thoughts in other mana, buddhi, chitta, but in ahankar there is only one thought, okay? It is I. And that I owns the others and gets confused. Gets attached to the mana, buddhi, ahankar, chitta and gets confused. This is how we were born. When did it start? I don't know. This is the expression of tamas. I don't know, I don't understand, and I don't have any experience when I started this connection that of I with the mind and intellect and ego, memories. But now that I know, let me get out of it. Let me see if there is a possibility to get out of it. So here you are the one who resides as the Moharatri, and you are the night of delusion. You are the terrible one to the deluded jivas. So there is nothing to be scared of the Mahamaya, the Yoga Maya. But when we see her in the Kali form, we get scared, because when we see her in the Durga form, with the red eyes and fire coming out of her, and she's screaming away, ready and blood-stained weapons, and we get scared. You watch on TV, suddenly you will, the moment she comes, you go take one, the breath stops. But there's nothing to be scared. That's what Brahmaji is saying, because he's the total intellect. He says, your appearance armed with all kinds of weapons of destruction, and at the same time you are also of pleasing nature, most pleasing than the most pleasant and exceedingly beautiful. You are indeed the supreme deity, you are the supreme goddess, and my prostrations to you. And you only are speaking through me. I don't have the capacity to sing your glories. You only are appearing as these thoughts and speech and singing your own glories. I don't have the capacity. Can we remember that about ourselves? That everything that comes out is only her? That automatically we will stop speaking only. There is nothing. And in this way, he says, please be kind enough to awaken Mahavishnu from his yoga nidra, and in his mind implant a thought in his mind to kill these asuras, to kill this Madhu and Kaitam. Remember, I told you one story about Gondavlekar Maharaj. When he went into the cave in Naimisharanya, there was one yogi who was sitting in meditation, 6 feet tall, while sitting, and when Gondavlekar Maharaj tried to wake him up, he couldn't wake up, and then eventually Maharaj sat down and introduced a thought in his mind. And he suddenly, his calm mind, there was a wave, and that wave of thought woke him up. He came out. First question, has Ram taken birth? Remember that story? Oh, so these things are possible. Nowadays there is this going on. कौन है वो? ब्रह्मचारी है ना एक. He reads other people's mind. Dhirendra ji. So he reads other people's mind. So, but there are other people who are able to make you think as they want you to think. Okay? Don't we do it? when child is doing something wrong, mother tells, no beta, don't do like this is not right, you should not put your finger. She will allow you to put the finger in the socket once, but no, don't do that, that is not right. Then the child starts learning, that is not right. 10 times mother will repeat, not right, he'll say not right, but he'll keep putting. But maybe 11th time he will not put. Eventually he turns around, isn't it? This is how we train our mind also. This is how we train our mind. I want to go to the satsang, and last minute something else becomes important and satsang becomes the casualty. But at other times, I want to go to satsang and there's no problem. You have to become disciplined ki nahi, it is this way, it is my time, it is my growth, it is my unfoldment, I have to commit to it. Nothing else in this world, everything can wait, everything is secondary. That will come only when you believe that satsang is more important than the world. When you believe that union with the divine is more important than union with the world. We'll tell you what that union with the world is. When Mahishasur comes, I'll tell you how we unite with the world. So, he says that please introduce the thought in his mind to kill these two asuras. The Rishi said, now Rishi Vacha, he said, having been extolled by Brahmaji and invoked, she withdrew from the eyelids of the Mahavishnu and from the eyes, the face, the nostrils, hands, hearts and chest of the Lord Vishnu, and appeared before Brahma in her form, in her complete form. And the Brahma, the Lord, who was thus freed by the moment Yoga Nidra separated herself from the Lord, Lord Vishnu woke up. Now the effect of Maya on him is removed, and he woke up. And when he woke up from the Yoga Nidra, and the first thing that he saw was that these two asuras are ready to devour Brahmaji, and these two asuras, they are extremely powerful because they have been touched by the Lord. So therefore, Lord's energy is coursing through their veins. And immediately when he saw that they are trying to kill Brahmaji, immediately the Lord became very angry and with red eyes and came to counteract these two fellows. And then he started fighting with bare hands. He used no weapons. And they are using everything. And they fought for 5,000 years. They kept fighting. And eventually Bhagwan realized that these fellows are not going to, this will continue because they have my energy only going through them. So he said to the asuras, they were also not getting tired, and Vishnuji is also not getting tired. So he says that, oh asuras of great strength, pehle to unka ego badhao. Oh great asuras, I am pleased with your skill at fighting. कोई भी तुम्हें बोला, स्वामी जी, you speak so nicely. कोई दूसरा बोलेगा, स्वामी जी, you did not do a good job. तो किसी को मारना है तो पहले उसको चढ़ाओ, वो भी चढ़ा हुआ है. देखो, पहले चढ़ाओ. Krishna Bhagwan and Arjuna were walking in Dwarka. From the poor fellow, he said, may your cow die. To the rich fellow, he said, may your wealth double. Chadao. May your wealth double. Because he has not got Vairagya yet. This fellow has Vairagya. He is totally committed to the Lord, but the only obstacle was the cow. How can Krishna say, cow, may the cow die? It's going to die one day. Maybe that time had come, therefore it came out of his mouth. And that obstacle, the moment it removed, the devotee and the Lord became one. The other fellow, he has few more lives to go. That's why more. Let your wealth double. So here the Lord first praised them. He said, you guys are absolutely fantastic. So you are not tired after 5,000 years? Wow, you have got fantastic strength and you are very good at fighting also. I am pleased with your skill in fighting and ask for any boon from me. Lord is telling Madhu and Kadu. He has come to kill them. But see the reverse psychology. असुरास के साथ ऐसे ही काम करता है. बच्चों के साथ भी ऐसे ही होते हैं. बच्चे इसलिए असुर बोले जाते हैं. Because they are living only at the sensory level. So you say, today mummy is going to make pizza. No, I don't feel like pizza. I want burger. Mummy has already made burger. Because you know that they are going to ask exactly something else that you have not made. So you say something that you don't want to give them. Reverse psychology. So he says, both the asuras together in unison, they said, why should we seek a boon from you? As if you are more powerful than us. Is it? There is no conclusion here. You are fighting, we are fighting, we have not been defeated, you are not defeated. Then why you should give us boon? We will give you boon. Okay. Ahankara vimodhatma. They said, why you should, you ask what you want to, a boon from us. And Bhagavan did not waste any moment. He says, you're giving me one, I'll take it. They should have taken it, they didn't. He said, I'll take it. He said, what? He said, okay, both of you should be killed by me. That is the boon I ask. Both of you should be killed by me, and this is the boon I want. And both the asuras became very puzzled. Ye kya ho gaya? We have come here to fight and we want to destroy everything, and we refused the boon he was giving and we asked for the boon. We said that you asked the boon and he is asking for our destruction. Ye kya garbad? That they realized that they were tricked. And they looked around and there was nothing. No place to escape. There were only waters. And saw the waters of deluge surrounding the entire area. So they put forward a counter proposal. They said, smart, thinking smart. What is that? पतली गली से रास्ता निकालना है, मरना भी नहीं है, तो कैसे करेंगे? We grant you the boon. They say, we grant you the boon, but we should be killed at a place where there is no water. So they saw around, there is only the waters of the Milky Ocean. यहाँ पे Milky Ocean बोलेंगे, because Vishnu Bhagavan is on the thing. So they could not see anything. So they thought they were smart. They thought they were smart and they said, we grant you the boon to kill us, but you can kill us where there is no water. Because they were at the sensory level, remember. So from their senses, what they saw, that there is no water, there is no land anywhere. So they asked that type of question. Bhagavan immediately caught both of them, put them on his thigh and cut their head off. Immediately. And therefore, from that dirt, Bhagavan then from his thigh created the earth that we are living on. देखो कहाँ से कहाँ स्टोरी जाती है. And in this way, and he put them on his thighs and cut their heads off with his Sudarshan Chakra, the discus. And the moment that happened, Brahmaji was very happy that the danger has been removed and by the destruction of these asuras. And after that, as I said, the Lord created the earth from his thighs, from the fat medas of the asuras. This is how the earth came into being and got its name Medini, because it was made from medas. Medas is all the material of the body. From that it was made. Thus, the Supreme Goddess once upon a time manifested herself in her tamasic form in response to the prayer of Brahma in the beginning of the Kalpa. So, In this manner, the Devi manifested in front of Brahmaji, invoked Vishnu Bhagwan. The power in the Vishnu Bhagwan to kill the Madhu and Kaitab is none other than that Shakti alone, which is intrinsic part of his. And because she only woke him up, she only, planted the thought in his mind. Without him, how could the Lord think? He could not think. Without your mind, can you think? Keep making it subjective. If you get up in the morning, your mind is absolutely quiet. The body consciousness is not there. Then body consciousness comes. That is the beginning of the appearance of the earth. Body is earth. Who brings the thought that, oh, I am here, I am? It's the goddess who is bringing the thought. And in this way, the Rishi said, conclusion, एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्या देव्यास्तु भूय शृणु वदामि ते. And in this manner, the Devi who was invoked, this is the first form of Devi, this is the Prathama Charitra, and in this manner, by Brahmaji's stuti, she was invoked, and the two demons of who were Madhu and Kaitab, they were killed by her power. And with this concludes the first chapter of the Devi Mahapuran. And now Rishi said, what did he say? Prabhavamasya devyaha tu bhuya shunu vadamite. Now listen to more glories of the goddess, which I am going to tell you. And with this, we conclude the first chapter of the Devi Durga Saptashati. See, when we are sitting quiet, when we are sitting, it is not that all the time we are thinking, isn't it? There are many times when we are very calm and quiet. And it is not that all the time we are quiet, that and when we are quiet, doing nothing, when our eyes are open, senses are open, it is very easy to know that there are desires. We get attached to something and we get attracted to that and desire that and put efforts to procure that, etc., etc. But at other times, when our senses are not open, eyes are closed, there's nothing we are doing, we are not desiring anything, we are absolutely content for few moments, and then suddenly some desire from inside our bosom, suddenly it appears, and it is not that he is active, he is lying. He is lying meaning he is lying still, he is laying still or he is sitting still, yet when there is no activity, when their mind is absolutely calm, in that suddenly a desire appears in a calm mind. It happens to all of us, isn't it? That, and it comes as a nice one. I think Kailash jayenge. Oh, Kailash, abode of Lord Shiva. How beautiful it must be. All these people are going. It will be a good company. See, they are telling me also to come. And or Chardham, or Rishikesh. And the desire that is coming, it is very sweet. There's no, it's not trying to kill you, it is not trying to destroy you, but it is only for your good. You will be in the presence of the abode of the Lord Shiva, Kailash. You will be in Rishikesh, the abode of all the saints and sages who have performed so much of tapasya there. Rishikesh. Desire we are talking, huh? We want to go there. The sweetness, the sweet desire that arises within you. Why? It doesn't want you to go back to yourself. That's why it has come. And we are talking about Madhukaitava. So that sweet sound inside, that sweet, favorable, we will call it sattvic desire, that comes inside, that all this is wonderful, it is beneficial for you, you know. Why you are missing this opportunity? All this is Madhu, one of the Rakshasas. Is it wrong? No, it is not wrong. So you can be sitting quiet, doing nothing, wanting nothing, saying nothing, yet we are just like those Sumedha, so not Sumedha, just like that Suratha and that Samadhi. They were sitting quiet in the ashram, but what was their mind doing? Reliving the good times. Reliving the good times. Oh, last time I went to Rishikesh, it was so beautiful. I want to go again. Gone. Desire. I went to Kailash. How many of you have asked, Swamiji, what is the feeling of going to Kailash? What have I replied? From beginning I have been saying this thing. First time was my desire. After that it is not my desire. It is happening, it is happening. If it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. See? But if it is happening, let it happen. Why should I resist it? The day it will not happen, it will not happen. And it's okay. So, even when we are sitting calm, we must, our consciousness must be with itself. Our consciousness must be with itself. Total, you should go into samadhi in that quiet mind. But does it happen we go into samadhi? No. Does it happen that we get consumed by our own essence? No. The thought of I gets consumed, the individuality merges into the infinite. Perfect opportunity in silence. You are not active, nothing to do, nothing to achieve, nothing to desire. Everything is there. And yet, suddenly, out of habit, the consciousness goes and latches on to some thought. And the desire happens. And that is what is told here, that these are the two. Which are they? This agitation inside is due to the, if this doesn't happen, suppose you have come, it is sattvic desire, I have to go to the Rishikesh, I have to go to Kailash. Suppose everyone, I go and ask my wife, can I go? I don't have a wife, I'm just telling. If I go and ask my wife, can I go to Kailash just once more, last time, maybe second last time, maybe third last time, but I tell you, this is the last time. You're thinking in your mind, last time. Now, as you see, my body is not working properly, I think it's the last time. If she says no, Mahabharat, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, start, isn't it? But if she says, yes, you are the wonderful most, you are the most darling, you are so understanding, you are so everything. Why? Desire was fulfilled. and you don't come back from Kailash. Then what happens? Because you don't know what will happen anywhere. You feel that you are in control of life. When your desires are not fulfilled, then what happens? Anger comes. Desire is the madhu and kaitab is the anger. Sometimes the desires they are like chameleons. But is it wrong to take care of my parents? Is it wrong to do good to the society? Is it wrong to feed the poor people rather than do shraddha and waste money on the puja? And they come across with these type of things. Is it wrong to send children to samskar class, teach them values? What about you? If you learnt it, then you will teach it to your own children. But we say it in such beautiful, soft. Is it wrong? It's not wrong. Then why are you against it? Because it's a desire. I want to do something in the world. I want to build a temple. I want to bring prosperity to others. I want to do this. I want to do this. As long as this I continues, understand the day it is going on and everything is happening conducively, then it is fine. The day one person becomes obstacle or one situation becomes obstacle, immediately anger will come. And that we have observed, isn't it, in our life? So these are the two. Madhu and Kaithab, and which we are seeing that we have destroyed the Madhu and Kaithab by the help of the Devi. How do we destroy the anger and desire and anger within us? They are appearing where? In the mind. And how you are going to destroy it? By the total mind. By the total mind. You cannot destroy it by your own mind. Get out of this imagination that by your mind you can destroy it. You can't. So in that mind where Madhu and Kaithab are expressing, you have to invoke a greater power. And that greater power is our Bhagavati Amma. बोलो अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। Sit quietly and feel, have the bhav that the Devi Ma has blessed you by killing the desire and the anger within us. You don't need to work out how, why, when, where. Just feel that she has cleaned your mind of the desires. She has cleaned your mind of this spontaneous desires, this spontaneous anger which comes up and destroys everything. Don't think of anger and desire. Think of the Bhagavati. If there is no picture coming in your mind, see her as the emptiness, the grand emptiness called the Kala Ratri. That is also okay. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Interesting till now?